Okay, I think this is session 50. Uh, last session, we. What did we do last session? I think we went from.
Threw rocks at a mirror. People popped out, killed some of them.
Yeah, we. So, like, basically, maybe it's better to just kind of talk about the floor just to remind everybody. Uh, you all have basically explored. If you look at the central hallway, you have, or the central staircase, you guys have gone down all of the hallways that go off it. To the west was the Minotaur maze and the throne room with the giant bone dragon. To the east is a set of chambers that you guys have basically not done anything with. To the south was the room with the mirror in it and a stone block blocking the hallway with a mural painted on it. And then in the center of the staircase, there is now the rubble of four giant stone gargoyles, four pillars that they were resting upon, and a hole in the floor going down into darkness. And I
So
think
wait,
that's
Oh, sorry, go on.
that's it.
Oh, I was gonna say that stone block thing's still there, right, on this side.
Yeah.
All right. I have a plan.
You want me to
I'm going. Huh?
go ahead?
I'm going to seduce the stone block into moving.
What?
There we go. Oh, natural one. Rip. Guess that didn't work.
Diplomacy is an interesting skill for seduce, but
I don't know what else to use.
your elf-splaining has no effect on
Damn it.
on the mural on the wall. Yeah, I guess depending on what you guys, where you want to go or what you want to do, let me know and I can give descriptions of stuff again.
I see that stone block was on the other side that also has a mural on it.
Yes, they have pretty much the same mural, and that is a painting of an image of a gaunt male humanoid wearing a hooded cloak, its face a mask of stars. The figure's withered left hand is raised with palm extended.
I'm gonna put something in the palm. Got it. Would my character have any idea what to put in there?
I don't know.
Or something. I have no idea.
I don't know what your character would think to put in there.
Fair. No, I mean, like, if we have anything. I don't think we do.
I mean, I can't think of anything that you would come up with
That's fine.
to do there, so.
Yeah, I'm just at a loss on how to proceed.
Oh, who all do we have?
I have an egg-like jewel from a grandfather clock. Could put that in its hand.
Gonna deploy this red wizard contingent down to the south. And for what it's worth, Keshma's just kind of hanging out,
Loafing
not
around.
really wanting to squeeze through tunnels at this point. She's just kind of waiting to find out where a Sirak is. I think Orvex, Avlona, and Nithla go down and start examining the southern block. I think Murakana, you're going around the north side.
Yep.
Did anything happen when I put the egg in it?
Well, there's nothing to put it in, so just kind of press it up against the wall where the hand
where
is.
its hand's like out.
You hear a kunk as you push the egg against stone.
Rip. So what was that skull boy thing looking at us?
This room, so there's basically a 15-foot square opening now in the wall that you guys triggered by kind of finding various parts of the wall that had movable chunks, and you were able to press them and it opened a door. This chamber gives off waves of heat from the cell beyond. The three walls that you can see are scribed with relief carvings showing volcanoes setting cities ablaze. Rows of tiny holes are bored into the floor and the 15-foot high ceiling. There is a human skeleton embedded in the opposite wall holding an iron sconce. At this point, I think it's half of a human skeleton and the underlying metal superstructure, because I think you guys
hit it.
Hit with a bunch of stuff. Holding a burning red candle.
I will use
I
Mage
shouldn't
Hand.
have to tell you not to walk in there.
Well, yeah, no, I think that's what we decided the first time. But at the same token, I think we're out of rooms to poke around. Like, we've done that side of the map, I think. And those stairs don't go down anymore. I think this is it.
Well, there is a big hole right there.
Oh, is it? Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So basically, the pathways, I think, on this floor are... There's the main stairwell up, the service stairwell up, the room that you're standing directly in front of, the room that is steeled by stone slabs to the south of you, and the
We have
hole...
no idea how to open.
The hole in the floor in the main room. Or the central staircase.
Wait, Keshma's pretty big. Couldn't she, like, lower us down? At least part way? Or something?
I think this pit... Because you have dark vision, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, did I not pull the description? So this pit, I believe, is about 25 feet. You can see kind of moss and mildew, or at least what looks like moss and mildew at the bottom of it. There's some sort of chamber. So the shaft goes down about 15 feet, and then there appears to be a room that's about 10 feet tall at the bottom of the shaft. So
it's
not
Scream's trap. But
it's not like Keshma can just like hold you and put you down. She's a big girl, but she's not that big.
Fair enough.
She ain't gargantuan or nothing.
So that is the other eye we need.
Got no idea.
Eyes are floor 3.
Yeah, we kind of skipped it because we couldn't find them all. We found like 6 and needed 10.
Go, you still got your mechanical birdie.
Technically speaking, they should. They have a follow-up that has dark vision.
I just don't think I have a token for it.
Should.
Yeah, what?
What was its name?
Where?
Silu, I think.
Yeah, see it. Where is it? Familiar.
Just looking up what it had.
Familiar.
Yeah, you had like a bunch of augmentations on it, man.
How did you
Trying to
spell
find the actual S-I-E or S-E-I-L-U.
Oh, did that not... I know I have a token for it, but... Did that make it over into Pathfinder?
I don't think they ever used it.
Yeah, I haven't used it since.
I'm just trying to figure out what the stats on it are.
I'm just looking it up now, but they are the 9th level ones.
Enhanced Familiar.
I think they had the stats of a raven. They can fly 25 feet, can see in the dark, had dark vision, low light vision, and independent. So if you don't command it, it still has an action. And 27 AC, not bad.
So if I find a raven... I can make it quick. Let's import a raven. Does it get level adjusted, or does it just have special stat lines?
I think it is based off like whether you pull more points into it, because it's basically just a follower, I think. Not follower. What do you call it? Familiar?
Yeah, familiar would be the thing. Tokens. Cielo. I know I made a token for this thing. I just have no idea where I put it. Because it was a little mechanical bird, right?
It was, but I think Pathfinder at the time we created it, it was just a regular bird. Funnily enough, you had the option to make a alchemical ooze, whatever the hell that is.
Where the hell did I put that? Oh. I know I imported this. So anyway, do you have a plan for it, or is this? Are we just? Am I hunting for a token for no reason, or do we have a plan for it?
I was
I
planning
didn't
on.
know exactly what we were going to be doing here.
I'm assuming retrieving that thing in whatever that creature's hand is.
Yeah, because we've got to try to... It's a candle, I think, isn't it? So...
Yes, there's a burning candle in its hand.
If we rest, I had a spell for it, but other than that...
Ah, there it is. Homunculus. That's what I called it.
Yeah, that's the one.
I called it homunculus. That's why I couldn't find Cielu.
Dang it, was my stupid spellbook.
Oh, token's called the wrong thing. Well, there you go. There's a Cielu.
Where? That's Dachi's sheet. That's not what I wanted open. There we go. There it is.
Oh. Also, I think we can hear you breathing up.
I can hear someone breathing. I don't know who that is.
Well, sorry. Different tone. Sounded distinctly less American.
Oh boy. I think I have the mic far enough away that my breathing is not always audible.
It's all good. It's stuck. Cast Mage Hand and pluck the candle out from that statue's thing. Grip.
You tried that already before.
Sure.
The whole thing is all kind of fused together, so Mage Hand, although it can poke it, is not strong enough to lift it out.
Can I try and extinguish the flame with Mage Hand?
Sure.
I
And
shall do so.
the candle goes out. Oh, hey, you know what I should have?
What's that?
A light source there.
I was like,
But it's off.
Is
Light on, light off. Light on, light off. So you extinguish
well, that was dramatic. I'm gonna pile some, like, there's a bunch of rocks and shit around, isn't there? Like, in the rubble around us.
it. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pile those at the bottom of this door to, like, brace it open, I guess, because it's open at the moment, right?
Well, it's
Gonna, like, try to...
ascended into the ceiling.
Oh, so this is like a trapdoor into this room or something? Or...
No, the wall just lifted up into the ceiling. So basically this whole wall that you can see through just slid up into the ceiling as you guys opened it.
Okay. Interesting. Oh, so like, yeah, okay, shit. So it's not a door I can just block. Got it. Well, that demon skull, there was nothing inside it, right?
There was a lizard hanging out in its mouth.
Oh. Oh, right, and I gave it some rations.
Yeah, and that lizard is just kind of sometimes watching the goings on.
I will use my mage hand to gently lift it from there and bring it out.
And it kind of scurries and scrabbles floating in the air as your mage hand is lifting the lizard, looking very uncomfortable.
Oh. I leave it in my pack where the rations are.
Such a caring master.
You hear
Alright.
coming from your rations.
It's fine. I had barely any. You'd probably be loads to a lizard, but I think...
You may soon have none rations.
That's fine. I made all my food with magic. So there's now nothing in the demon thing? I poke it with my, what do you call it? A sheath. My sword. I'll poke around in there, see if I can dislodge anything or...
So the stone inside the mouth of this demon skull is basically, as you poke around, it appears to be carved stone.
So there is a carved stone in there, you mean?
No, there's nothing in there. It's just a...
Oh, it's just in front of carved stone. Okay.
Quick question. Have we been down this hallway already?
I think so.
Yes. It has a mural at the end. There's a flight of stairways going up to a stone slab that has a mirror of a hooded figure with its left arm raised.
Okay, it hasn't been updated for me then. I'm going to fix that real quick.
What are you doing?
I don't see... Is there a door here?
Yeah, that's the slab.
Yeah.
There's something... The wall isn't behaving properly there.
Yeah, so you can see behind it, but...
Yeah. So the wall, the slab with the mural is here. Where the stairs
fair enough.
Yeah, every once in a while the walls in Foundry get weird.
How long has it been since we last rested?
It has been... Let me look up my... The one thing I didn't open. Campaign info. Timelines. You guys are about... Huh. You're about an hour or two away from your next ability to rest.
Oh. Okay. I think, weren't you pretty damn low on components, Gal?
Fairly low.
Yeah. I'm still okay-ish on spells, but I wouldn't mind waiting an hour, then we just rest. Because then at least I might have a solution for the thing upstairs, which is totally not a super fucking huge oven. Totally not. What do you mean?
I think as you guys are hanging out, you hear a grinding sound from the hallway where the stairways are to the south of you, and the stone slab there grinds down into the floor. You can tell, I think, Dodgy, that it's actually a 5 foot by 5 foot cube of stone that is grinding down into the floor and opening to
this one? Sorry?
Yeah, that one.
Oh, cool.
So let me...
Maybe Orvex's group has done something.
Sorry, I'm moving
Yeah,
tokens.
that looks like a healthy environment.
Tokens and walls
Yeah,
and
it'll
stuff.
be fine. What's the worst that could happen? Right, Gal?
Ha ha ha.
Thank you. I always
What
thought I was very funny.
What is worst that could happen? Let's see here. I think just for NPCs, Biff and Lacuna are kind of hanging out with Keshma. Lacuna because she's basically interested in going deeper. Biff because he's not interested in anything that looks dangerous. And
What's dangerous about this room? Come in here and tell me.
well, I mean, everything looks dangerous. And the drow, and then I'm going to say the drow is kind of hanging out with you guys in assessing the red wizards, the giant stone lady, and you guys. He decided you guys were the group he was going to tag along with.
Fair enough. I don't see Gal, though. Are you, following?
I'm trying. I got hit with the wall.
Oh.
You got hit with the wall.
Also, for some reason, it's not letting me click and drag anymore, which is really fucking annoying.
Oh, I had that too, just then.
Do your arrow keys work?
Those were, I can maybe.
Yeah, arrow keys are working. Now I've got the same thing. I can't click and drag.
I can't click and drag on anything, so I'm just moving Gale alone.
Are you focused on the character token?
I am not focused on it, but now I can click and drag. Okay, and now I can drag around the map too.
I'm guessing there was some sort of hiccup in
I have no idea.
something. Yeah, so Dodgy, I guess you saw this and the rest of you are heading forward. The slab sinks into the floor, revealing a dusty passageway beyond. There are...
Dirty.
And not dirty. Well, I mean, everything in here is kind of dirty. Relief carvings on the walls depict crowds of humanoid figures fleeing a black star in the sky, with rays of light extending from it to turn those they strike to dust. And that's kind of just a motif that is repeated throughout this room. So,
Creepy.
yeah. You also hear footsteps coming from the south.
Oh.
Or footsteps to the south, I should say.
Oh. Huh. Okay. Good. Hey, there's Ove.
Ah, hello. We have determined how to open the slab.
How did you do that, if you don't mind my asking?
I raised my left hand in front of it.
Huh. There you go.
And Evlona and
That's
Nithla are just kind of looking around. So as you get to the middle there, I think Murakana and Daji, you would have both seen this.
Yep.
Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. So in the central open space, there's a gold crown topped with a glittering black opal resting on marble. You just love moving around while I describe things, you motherfuckers.
Sorry, I'm finding all the room.
Okay, stop.
Got it.
I'm going to treat you like my child. So, as a general point of order, when I'm reading a description, don't go moving other places. Because then I have to figure out if you have triggered something or not triggered something while you're moving around while I'm trying to describe this other thing. Sorry. I've yelled at so many kids today. My brain is like, you won't do what I tell you to do, god damn it. Anyway, so no, there's a gold crown with a huge black opal sitting on top of a marble pedestal in the middle of this room. Okay, Arm, you can move now. I'm done describing it.
Oh, okay. Gonna use good old mage hand. I'm not gonna link it because I mean it's already there. And maybe gesture that Orvex have learned and if I might want to get back, just in case there's something terrible.
Should I take you out of the Bammer, Arm? I saw you.
Where did I go?
I deleted you because you were moving back and forth. Because I said don't move, and then you started doing the thing that I do to my DM on the Tuesday game, which is rapidly move my token around like a motherfucker. Okay, so you're gonna mage hand.
Yeah, after I told Orvex, Evelina, and so on to move back a bit, if they don't mind.
Yeah. Cool.
What just happened?
I don't know what just happened. I didn't do shit. Do you not have light on? There, have your light back on. Okay, Gale, are you actually in here or not?
I'm trying. This is still fucking up here.
Okay, so are you intending to be with the group as they're investigating all this stuff in this room?
Yeah.
Cool, I'm just going to move you down.
Oh.
I'm just kind of moving you down.
Yeah, I'm just going to reload this.
Okay.
What a coincidence. So am I, because I somehow closed my window. I still don't know what I did.
You hit the X button?
Shh. I was not trying to move my window when I accidentally did that.
I do that all the time in Discord when I change my, when I go to settings and I change a setting in Discord and then I try to close it, but I hit the big X, not the little X, because
it's pretty much what I did. I wanted to move it to my other screen and I hit the X instead of grabbing the bar.
Okay, so while you guys...
I just didn't want to admit it.
That's fine. The amount of stupid shit I do on a daily basis is copious. Whoops. I want that. I'm going to tell you what happens when you mage hand it. Give me a second.
Uh-oh.
So when you mage hand that crown, were you lifting it up or moving it, or what specifically were you mage handing with it?
I was just, moving to grasp it.
Oh. Okay, you grasp it. What do you do?
Oh. It didn't blow up?
No, it did not blow up.
Oh, cool.
I only know one thing in this entire tomb that actually explodes. And this is not that.
The tomb itself.
The whole tomb.
Yeah, just the whole thing.
By the way, when you win, the whole thing just explodes. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I figured that. I mean, that's a classical thing. Either the tomb collapses or it blows up, or both.
Because of magic, it does them simultaneously.
Yeah, now I guess I'll move it very slowly towards myself.
Yeah, so as you begin moving the crown, you hear a grinding sound again. And I think Gale and Murakana, you see the stone block to the north of you very rapidly rise up and seal off the northern exit to this set of basically corridors that you are in.
Bearish?
Huh?
Yeah, I don't think Gal can see the door.
It's the smooth stone gray thing, 2 feet from your face, right here.
Oh. Okay.
I dragged a token back and put a wall in place, so If you try to move out, you will be unable to. Yeah. That
Well,
is
then,
what you guys notice.
But nothing else popped out.
No.
I put the crown back, I guess, and see what happens. If anything happens.
Nothing happens as you release the crown. Let's see here. The mural on the back side of the block by you, Gale, shows a humanoid figure wearing a hooded cloak, once again with stars where its face should be. The figure holds up its right arm, which is severed neatly at the elbow.
Oh, that's different. So I'm guessing, given that it had an empty hand last time, and now its arm is cut off. Creepy. Oh,
hey, roll initiative.
hi. Well, I can't.
Because
not in a battle.
you... Everybody can roll initiative because you see a thing around the corner.
Wait, maybe it's friendly.
Crap. Why did you do that when I was not in the room? Oh, boom!
I didn't know that was a room. That's not a room at all. That looked like a wing of the fucking thing like you're next to. For all I know, there's one up there too. Also, can't you run like fucking 50 feet? So.
Oh, yeah, no. I'll be there in one turn.
Gale, are you loaded back in?
I am loaded back in, yeah.
Okay. Can you...
I am trying to find it.
It's under the fist icon.
Oh, right, it's under the...
Cool. I think I'm going to delete Silu from the turn order. And
Alright.
just have you have Silu go on your turn. I don't care if that's rules or not, because it's way easier. It just... Silu goes after you on your turn. How about that?
Works.
Cool. Murakana, you are the first one to do anything.
All right, I gotta look at my character sheet because I can't remember how many I can move.
I think you rage, and then that gives you move speed, I think.
I think it doubles
your
my move.
base movement is 30 when you rage. I think it's 40 per action.
Fantastic.
Although, for all I know, that might not be the only one. I'd be surprised if it was.
Or maybe there's another ability that gives you more movement. I feel like it's 40.
Well, there is. There's, where is it?
Yeah, isn't it that mad dash thing that you have or something? Something charge.
Fast movement.
Sudden.
When you are raging, you gain a plus 10 bonus to your speed. So when raging, you get plus 10, so it's 40 per action. So if you take the move action, you can move 40 feet.
All right, and each
sorry.
square is 5 feet.
Yes.
Or this, because you stride twice. That's fucking insane. So then you move, twice your normal movement, which would be 60. Even without raging.
Well, now...
I'm measuring out my movement.
But he already has, so yeah.
But the other thing is right now you're actually not aware of any enemies to dash at.
Ah, true. Yeah, I was the only one who saw it.
So like, you've seen something dodgy, and I had you guys roll initiative. I will describe it when we get to your turn, dodgy.
Yep.
A second, I'm counting my movement.
You're right. I mean, technically speaking, you don't know she's engaged with anything. And she is a melee fighter, so she's not under that much trouble.
Hey, you find a thing too. So
God. Okay.
So Murakana, you see a creature that looks like a loose bag of flesh wrapped over a humanoid form. It has a distended, large, kind of hanging open maw and beady eyes, and it just kind of stares at you as you come around the corner.
Nope.
Don't want it?
Oh, God.
Yeah, that was a fire.
Yeah. Never mind.
Yeah, and
Guess
kind
that's
of
my turn.
surprised as you are by this thing, you just do not
Don't connect.
Yeah, you're just like "Whoa," as you come around the corner and try to get your great axe up in its business. And it does not allow your great axe to get up in any business.
Get all up in its grill.
Let's see.
Crap, and it's next.
Hey, I also need you to actually make a fortitude save as you come around the corner towards it.
Wait, who? Me or Americana?
Americana.
Oh, geez. Wait, no, it doesn't matter. You got like a million fortitude.
29 passes.
So critical success. Nice.
Yeah, so basically you feel from its gaze this draining pull against you, but it has no effect. Yeah, and actually, Dodgy, I need you to make a fortitude save too.
Oh no, I'm not good at those. Can I roll Dex instead?
Nope.
Damn it.
This is not 5th edition. There are rules.
Oh, but... oh, jeez.
Oof. So you take 5 hit points of damage. I guess this would be... It doesn't actually have a type. And you have drained 1.
Ugh.
Which, the effect that has...
How old is that?
You take a status penalty equal to your drained value on con-based checks such as fort save. You lose hit points equal to your maximum level times the drained value, and your maximum hit points are reduced by the same amount. Which I dragged it onto you, so I think it applied all of it. Yeah, your max HP is currently at 91, which I think, or 96, which I think is lower than normal.
Yep, it is.
Okay.
Significantly.
Each time you get a full night's rest, your drained value decreases by 1. This
or if I cast Restoration on myself.
Or that. Removing the drained condition increases your maximum hit points, but you do not immediately recover them. Okay, so now it's the creature's turn, Murakana. That is next to you.
Sure. Oh, okay.
Yes, I am sure. That was a reaction.
Oh, they're both named Bodak. Right. Got it.
Yeah. I think on its first motion, it is going to try and strike you with its fist. Does
Eat a dick. Yeah.
To be fair, that would have hit any of us.
I'm sorry. I'm not happy because I missed my opening swing so badly.
That'll be 20. Well, it's a mix of damage. It is 16 physical damage as it punches you, and 6 negative damage from just the sheer awful evilness of this creature.
Gosh.
And then, as its second and third action, it is going to death gaze you. As soon as I figure out how to make that happen.
Well, that sounds bad.
Can I just drag death gaze? No? Actions? Can I do something with this? Actions. Death gaze. There we go. So I need another fortitude save. As it locks and stares into your eyes with its black, horrible eyeballs.
Boom!
Well, there you go. You are unaffected. It did nothing with that gaze. You're too stubborn to be affected by this creature.
Also, pick the worst thing to attack against a barbarian. Jesus.
Dodgy, it is your turn.
Yep. Just trying to find the thing.
The thing?
Yep. I will step forth and do Arcane Cascade. Oh no, is it? No, it's Spell Strike.
You have to do Spell Strike before you can Arcane Cascade.
Yep, that's right. So I'll use that. So I cast a spell.
So that's a 5-foot step and then the spell strike?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, because I wasn't adjacent to it, so.
Yeah.
Where is my spell? Spell is here.
Well, the first thing you have to do is a melee strike to see if you even hit it.
Oh, right. Oh, that's right. I don't do a spell attack, I do.
It's a you have to hit it.
Damn it. That roll?
A 29 does not hit.
Jesus, okay.
So that basically...
Oh, there goes my turn.
Yeah, because that's a 2-action spell. So you try to hit it and charge the spell in, but it just whiffs.
Rip.
I don't know if that actually wastes the spell slot or not. I don't really care right now. So now the creature in front of you gets to go dodgy. It is going to punch you with one of its weird fleshy arms.
Oh, and of course he gets to roll a good attack. Jesus.
Is that a hit or a crit?
That's a crit. It's 10 over, I think, yeah.
So then the breakdown on that is 36 bludgeoning and 4 energy damage as it just pops you as you are kind of off balance from that.
36, well, that gets -7, so it's 29. And the negative is 2?
4 total, because it crit.
Oh, right. Oh, that sucked.
And it is going to death gaze you.
Cool.
So that's a fortitude saving throw.
Well, suppose I might as well just keep rolling really terribly.
27. What is the DC here? I have the DC. That is... Oh, it's a 29 DC, so that is a normal failure, which means you are doomed 1 and drained 3 now.
Sweet.
Let me check your character real quick, because I just dragged more drained onto you. And I have no idea
drained
what that
too.
worked. Yeah, it should be drained 3. Pew pew. Doomed. What does doomed do?
Bad thing.
The dying value at which you die is reduced by your doom value. It decreases by 1 each time you get a full night's rest. So doom is like wounded. That is the turn of the Bodak. It is Evelona's turn. She doesn't really know what's going on, besides the fact that you guys are in a fight, as evidenced by the sound of fleshy weirdness hitting things. I think she's going to get up here. Does she have line of sight? I'm going to say she's got, like, partial line of... I'm going to say the Bodak has partial cover from her. And she's going to whip out the old favorite, Ray of Frost. Except I want you to cast it, son of a bitch. No? Are we just not? Why don't you cast? Why do you... Oh, my God. That's why. Attack. Roll. Oof. Yep, that's gonna hit. 45. It would be a 30, be a 30. That's a crit. Jesus Christ. Well, fine. So it takes 38 damage. And that whacks it, and it has a 10-foot penalty to speed. And that is 3 actions for Evelona. It is Nithla's turn. And I'll say she's gonna do the same thing, because that seems effective. If I can get Nithla's Ray of Frost up. Roll. She will not hit. And that is the end of her turn. And it is Gale's turn.
Right. I don't have a line of sight on this thing, and I don't really feel like that's a terrible problem right now. If I'm being totally honest. What I do have... Actually, I can't really do anything without line of sight, huh?
Generally speaking, you have to be aware of your target. And I would argue at this point, well...
I mean, like, I know...
Yeah.
I guess my thing is I don't have any way to actually hit it from where I can get. I will... However, quick alchemy one of the Juggernaut mutagens into a bomb for Murakami. Since I feel like that's going to be very useful. And hit him with that. Yoink. It did not miss. How do I send this over?
You can just drag it on him.
Just click that? Yeah, there we go. So there you go, Murkana. That's yours. I only have one Regent left, so I'm not going to be making anything new.
Okay. So you whip that at Murakana. He's got it. I think that's what... One action. Do you want to do anything else?
You can hold for a trigger that resets you in the initiative, right? Or is that not a thing in Pathfinder 2?
I don't think it resets your initiative. It either just happens or doesn't.
Right. Okay. I know.
I mean, you can willingly
resets
lower your space in the initiative, but I think if you want to hold an action, it's one action to hold the action, and then whatever the action is. So like basically, you can create a conditional trigger, right? Like,
I'll hold an action to wing the thing with a. How many alchemist fires? Got again 6, 4. Yeah, I'll wing it with the crossbow if it comes around the corner and I can see it. But that's about all I can do right now.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think the penalty at this in 2e, much like 5th edition, is that if the trigger doesn't happen, you don't get shunted to the bottom of the order. You just don't do shit. Yeah. Orvex. Oh, why is every room a trap? Kill things, please. I'll go see if I can open one of these blocks. And he kind of... Gale, you see him kind of head back towards the entrance he had come in from. And it is Murakana's turn.
All right. I'm going to use the Juggernaut potion.
Okay.
Oh, did that not auto-apply when it was bombed, or...?
Oh, wait. Was it a bomb?
I threw it as a bomb.
Oh,
Or
does
wait,
it?
can I not bomb those?
Well, I know you get once per turn you can do the elixir thing. What is the name of that skill?
Is it not quick alchemy?
No, it's specifically an additional skill that's not quick alchemy. Because it's turning an elixir into a bomb. I'm trying to remember what it is. Blind fight, healing bomb. Actually, I think you can only technically do it with healing bomb, but I'll say
okay, then I just threw it as a regular.
Yeah, I'll say throwing it's fine. Like, I don't care enough to change that. Because that still seems like a good thing to do during combat. So yeah, you throw it at him, and he catches it because you threw it well enough. Drinking it is an action. Because Pathfinder. So anyway, Maracana, you chug that beautiful glowing green mutagen.
Works for me.
You have 2 actions.
Not actions, actions.
Oh boy.
Not with rolls like that, I don't.
No, that one misses. You do.
Oh my god.
You do have abilities, Maracana.
Let's see. What could I actually do, though? I've never actually thought about it.
I think follow-up
things
assault.
down.
Yeah. So, like, you have follow-up assault, where if you miss, you can attack with a bonus.
My initial
Oh,
one
duh.
with you is to knock things down, so then you get advantage on any follow-up attacks until it stands up. Or, bonuses, whatever.
Yeah, I guess I'm just going to start using my follow-up strikes.
So you add the effects of backswing, and backswing does what?
I always forget what they do.
Yeah, so do I. I have to look up backswing, because backswing, Pathfinder 2e. Backswing. You gain a +1 bonus to your next attack, which would make your next attack actually a 26. Which still misses. I swear to God, you roll the lowest rolls always.
I know, right?
And I think that's your turn. Drink, attack, attack. So, or drink, attack, follow-up assault.
I'll go with it.
Yep. It is the Bodak's turn. It is going to punch you. Does a 32 hit?
Yeah.
That is 17 total damage between the bludgeoning and the negative energy damage. I think it's going to punch you one more time. Yep, that's a hit. That is 14 total damage. And then it is going to, after being assaulted by so many creatures at this corner, it is going to take a step back. It is Daji's turn.
I'm going to upcast invisibility on myself because I only have a 5th level spot left. And that's greater invisibility, so I am invisible even if I do combat action. I also have a wacky feat, which should help against its life sense. Where is it? Special senses don't work if I'm hiding or invisible, I think.
Okay.
I think that leaves me with 1 action left. So I will slap it. I'll try to. Hey!
That's a crit.
Huzzah!
So that is 40 damage, and cool. You slash it with your elven, not a rapier.
It's a 2-handed sword, damn it.
I mean, not a rapier. Yeah. You slash it with your elven curved blade, just because I like making fun of elves, because it's fun. But yeah, you get a good hit in on it. It is the Bodak's turn. It can't see you. So...
They can't move through my space because I'm fucking blocking it.
That's interesting. What happens if you try to move through an invisible creature?
It can attack because it knows that I'm there. Like it's just that I think it does it at either half or something like that. It has to roll to even be able to hit me. I have to look it up.
It is going to walk off up the hallway.
What? Oh shit, that's an option. There you go.
Yeah.
Didn't know I could do that.
Monsters don't always walk towards you.
No, I mean I didn't know there was a hallway there. I thought that was it.
Oh yeah, I guess you just see it walk away, basically.
Yeah, I was like, wait.
Walk away. Yeah, that's true. You guys can't see the whole map. Haha. It walks away. Still kind of, it's kind of like walking backwards slowly, kind of looking in front of itself, because basically the fact that you completely disappeared has it kind of like
Stopped a bit.
but it's constantly scanning the area, and I think that's all it can do this turn. So, because there's nothing for it to attack.
Oh, it could. Yeah, it depends if it was smart enough to realize that Daji's still there or not.
Well, it is going to be Evlona's turn. She's going to press the assault, because why not? She's going to kind of squeeze by your big, gross, sweaty form, Murakana.
He has a loincloth.
He has
And
more
some
than a
fur.
loincloth.
Yeah, I got a lot more than that.
And she will attack the Bodak that she can see.
Oh, jeez.
And just she's so distracted by
Tripped over a rock and shot it into the roof.
basically tripped over Murakana and didn't get that spell off well. Yeah, and it just kind of fizzles against the walls of this chamber. Now we've got Nithla.
She can squeeze past me if she wants, like I'll let her. But...
Yeah. I mean, I think she is. Nithla doesn't back down from fights.
Nice.
Nithla is very much a I will destroy things type person. She's going to do that, and that will hit for 19. So we will apply a zap on that Bodak that is walking away, and that will bring us, I believe, to Gale.
Right. For this, I will actually Healing Bomb Murakana. Assuming this doesn't roll a 1. Good. So go ahead and take... Survive Moderate. Where are you? 5d6 plus 12. 30 points.
Turns out friendship was the real magic.
Defeating the tomb with the power of friendship and this bomb that I built.
Exactly.
But yeah, go ahead and patch yourself up.
Anything else, Gale?
Pretty much just stacking up with them, and that's about all we got.
Okay.
Well, that, and we'll hold anything if we need to shoot it, but that's it.
Yeah, I think you hear a shout from Orvex down the way. I don't think I like the mural on this side of the door. Keep killing things. You're usually really good at it. Murakana, it is your turn.
Yeah.
Really good at Get Up Boy and cheerleader outfit.
All right. Can I draw a line from my character to them? Those two?
What do you want to do?
I was going to use Dragon Rage, or Dragon Breath. But I don't know if I could hit both of them from here.
I don't think you really can. Like, if you angle it at the one, well, you're in a wall.
Wait, I take it back. I can.
Am
I?
You shouldn't really be able to stand there. These corridors are supposed to be one wide the whole way.
Okay.
I think I err on the side of giving you guys too much space with the walls now, but like this is meant to be single file, not double wide.
Okay, so I can't hit them.
I mean, you can hit one of them. I mean, really, you can hit the one in front of you if you want a dragon's breath.
That works.
I think you get that once per rage, right?
I think I do. As long as I haven't used it in the last hour, I get a cone.
15-foot cone or a 30-foot line.
Yep.
So you're doing cone or line?
I mean, cone, I guarantee a hit, so. And I do 1d6 for every level, so.
So 10d6.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
That'll
Slap.
be, what, 40 electric damage, I believe?
Yep.
So you just exhale a huge cloud of electricity into this chamber and whack the one in front of you, zapping it pretty good. It definitely causes some of the folds of flesh on this creature to sizzle and char in a most unpleasant way. I think the
Yeah, but you're on. It's good luck.
yeah, it's beautiful looks. However, as you come around the corner and stare at it, it does, with a reaction, bore its eyes into you, and I need you to make a fortitude save.
Boo.
Oh, you know what? Nope, I can't do that. Never mind. Ignore me. It happens at the start of a turn. But this is not the start of your turn. So never mind. So I'm going to go to the Bodak, which will continue trying to hit you as you so rudely breathe all this fire at it. Strikes. Punch. Undead punch. Does a 26 hit you?
I think so, does it?
AC is 25, so yep, that'll hit.
Oof.
So the punch will do...
Now, see, if Gale had their gunslinger, they could shoot that punch out of their way.
Well, Gale
As
can't
a
see
reaction.
any of this right now, but...
Oh no, I was just being facetious.
So that's 24 damage, and it is going to death gaze you with its remaining 2 actions, which is a fortitude save.
Hey, you haven't failed one of those, man. I suppose it helps that you got like a million fortitude. Oof.
Ugh.
Wait, 29 probably is still enough though.
A 29 is a success, so you get drained 1.
Wait, no, it's a critical success because he has Juggernaut.
Oh.
Every time you succeed, it's a crit success. Same as my willpower one.
Well, that is that guy's turn. Dodgy, it is your turn. Wait, why does this
Huzzah.
thing have a...
I was going to cast Restoration on myself, and then I was like, oh wait, it's a minute cast. Nope. I'm going to stand there for a minute doing that. So how far was that? That was 5, 10. I can get up to it. I think, because that was 25 feet, roughly, if I go around the corner.
Yeah. As you come up, you see another giant stone green skull face in the wall. This one's mouth is full of pitch black darkness, and you hear faint whisperings coming from it.
She can see in that.
She cannot see in that.
You sure? She has improved dark vision.
100% sure she cannot see through it.
Fair enough. Well, I'll keep hitting the zombie thing in front of me, I guess. Because I used one action, right?
Yeah, one action to move.
Strike there. Yep, okay, so now I'll try Spell Strike again.
What spell are you going to try?
I'll try to hit it first, and then we'll figure out the spell.
Okay.
And that's not going to hit anything, so... God damn it!
Oh my god.
I'll just keep rolling 4s, I guess.
Other Bodak.
Yeah, it didn't even know anything happened. It's like...
Well, it knows you tried to hit it, so I guess it's going to basically just try to... It knows you're there, so it is going to attack. I need to look up concealment to make sure I get the negative modifiers exactly correct.
Yep. Actually, I think it had it on there.
So it's a DC flat 5 to even try to attack you, period.
Yeah. Creatures can seek to attempt to detect you. If a creature succeeds at its perception check against your stealth DC, you become hidden to that creature until you sneak to become undetected again.
Well, I'm going to say it's concealed because it knows something is attacking in front of it.
Yeah,
so I'm just going to do the DC 5 flat check to see if it can even hit you. God damn it. Stop hitting other
I'm hidden though, aren't I?
Hidden implies that... well, let me look it up. Because hidden would
It
mean...
knows the space that I'm in, but it can't tell where I am because it can't see me.
When you're hidden from a creature, typically you can stealth and hide when seeking your precise senses rather than observe your hidden. So you're invisible, but you're not... Oh, do I have to look up what invisible means too?
No, this was... I clicked on my invisible buff, and that's what hidden came up as. I count as hidden if they've found me. Or they know I'm there. Basically, if I'm invisible, but they know the space I'm in. AKA behind him. It just means that he has to do... He's flat-footed to me, and it needs to roll a DC 11 flat check instead of a DC 5. That's the only real thing.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find greater invisibility again.
Greater invisibility only means that I don't become, well, not invisible anymore after attacking.
Oh, okay. So then it's a DC 11 flat check.
Yep. Duh.
Well,
Which it makes anyway.
Yeah, that it makes, so it is going to try and punch you.
Dang it.
Um...
Oh, at least it can't gaze me.
Correct. It can't do anything but try to hit. So, strike 1 is not going to hit.
Nope.
Strike 2... Does a 33
Yeah,
hit?
that hits. It's a hit. It's not a crit.
And then I'll do that 16 damage, so it's...
So -7, so it does no physical damage to me. Oh,
so
wait.
It's 15
it's
physical, 1 energy.
Okay, so that's... Yeah.
And then the final attack is... It's basically just blindly flailing at the spot where it thinks it knows you are. The final one is a... Oh my god.
Jesus. I'm fucking good.
That went from a 3 to a 17.
How do they get to roll good?
And I guess that's a hit, right?
Yeah, that'll hit just.
And then the damage on that one is 19 physical and 1 energy.
So 13.
Way to go,
Ow.
Bodak. Jesus. You're lucky.
Being a fuckhead of an invisible person.
I mean, you're lucky that Life Sense works, or doesn't work, but yeah.
Well, yeah. I did get a feat because I kind of figured we're heading into an undead tomb and they use that.
Okay. Avlona is going to Why ever change from what seems to work for Evlona? Cantrips are OP, whatever.
I know, right?
That will miss. Wow. Look at that. And she will cast Shield as her second action. That is Evlona's turn. Nifla. How many spell slots do you have left? Yup. Nifla is going to chain lightning these two.
Nice.
And let me decrement that.
Fucking 8d12. Jesus.
Whoa, she shouldn't have -2. She should have 2. Okay, so they both have to make a reflex save, so I'm just going to roll 1 reflex save, because otherwise my life gets crazy. 12, 31. The save DC is not that. They just don't dodge, so we'll do some damage. Good God. 51 electricity damage. So she sizzles both of these Bodaks pretty good. Both of them are starting to look a bit beat up at this point. Like just skin sizzling and charring and frosted over. Gale, it is your turn.
Alrighty. Gonna move up here. Still can't see anything there.
Actually,
can I?
that Bodak that attacked me? Sorry.
Oh, there we go. Okay. I can see all these guys here.
I think you can. I'll say that the one nearest to
This
you.
wall here was kind of fucky.
This wall should be right about here. So I'll say it has basically partial cover, so it's a -2. But you can see it.
I'll wing at him anyway. Might as well. Here we go. Straight shock. So 32.
That'll hit.
Oh wait, no, that's not the. That's for Alchemist's Fire. This is striking shock damage. There we go.
11?
Yep.
Cool.
I'll wing it again. Because I don't have to worry about making these. That'll be a 27.
A 27 to hit?
Yep.
That does not hit.
Okay. It's on a 15. Yeah. I mean, I'll wing it. What could possibly go wrong?
Ugh.
I roll 3 15s in a row. You know when that would have been really useful? For medicine checks.
Yeah.
I need a new die. But yeah, that's all I got.
You need a new die. I fucking rolled a 4 twice for attacks.
Interesting. Sorry, I'm looking at your comment there, Lyokin. I'm not sure, because it seems like if it... I'm not sure. I'm going to go to Orvex. He's continuing to hide in the corner. Murkana, it is your turn.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just says when.
Now we're going to get it on. Yes!
Oh, that's a hit.
Is that a crit?
No. That is 29 damage, though.
Yeah, I'll take it.
You just hit the crap out of that Bodak, and it's starting to look real rough. 29 will not hit. Just misses.
All right. I'm going to use follow-up assault.
So that adds a +1 to it.
Oh!
That is
Is a crit.
So that would be a 31, which is a 41, which is a crit. Yeah. And how do you end that Bodak?
I just swing right through it and bury the axe in the wall. Just thunk.
There goes the Bodak. Actually, that was silly. Let me let me add this to combat and then kill it. There we go. It's dead. Cool. Then it is Dodgy's turn. I think. Wait,
Alright.
that was 3 attacks, right? Yeah, attack, miss, follow-up attack.
Well, we're going to try yet another spell strike and see if we can miss with this one for the third time in a row.
That is a hit.
Holy shit, we actually hit with something. And I guess I also do produce flame then. It just roll the damage, don't I? Because that automatically hits
yeah.
with the...
It's a double. It's all or nothing.
Good.
So that's 16 fire damage.
Yep.
And what is
And the attack for the blade.
Hey, let's see here. What does that do? Electricity and strike. Okay, cool. That is 18 damage. And this Bodak is... You guys have been piling a bit of damage. Between you and Nithla, you're starting to whittle away at this guy. Third action?
Arcane Cascade.
Cool.
So...
What does Arcane Cascade do for you? Which ability is that?
I get... I have to link it, I think. Shit, where is it?
You divert it.
Oh, here it is. I get 10 hit points, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
That's my turn.
Cool. It is Evlona's turn. Can she get here? No, she'd have to come right up to it, wouldn't she? Kinda, yeah. She'll stand on the corpse of the dead one. Corpses don't bother her. And... Kerpow. Well, she did miss earlier, so there is that. 23. I think that is her turn. Nithla will join in, because why not? Seems silly to cast Chain Lightning again now that there's only one target.
Nonsense, go nuts, it'll be funny.
Oof.
I think that's a crit, isn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't change the damage, though. So that's 22 damage. And it has its movement speed reduced. Gale, it is your turn.
Right. Well, first off, we'll 5 foot over there. And then unload on this guy. Try not to hit Dashi in the process. No promises. 25. That's not gonna land.
Nope. 30 is the AC you're targeting.
Oh,
Right.
God.
And then, yeah, I cannot possibly hit that with a third one.
Well,
so
you 5 foot step, so that's 5 foot step, attack.
I thought, did 5 foot use an action?
Yeah, so 5 foot uses an action because it removes any reactions to you.
Okay.
You can either full move and take reactions if they would trigger, or if you 5 foot, you don't take any reactions. It's basically like
Right. I think I'm thinking of from Pathfinder 1.
yeah, you
All
are,
right, then.
because PF1 you always get the 5 foot step, and this one it's just one of your actions. Marcana, it is your turn.
All right. Oh, that was weird. All right. Strike.
That would end up being a crit because it is flanked.
Yeah.
And how do you do this one?
I just straight from head to the floor, just thunk.
You take out that Bodak, and that takes us out of initiative. Marcana, as you come here too, you also, with your glowing axe, you see just the ink black darkness in the mouth of this creature, of this green skull carved into the wall, and hear a faint whispering sound coming from the mouth and the blackness.
and that's not magical darkness, is it?
No. Well, you can't see through it.
Yeah. So that's yeah. Then Daji's kind of notably freaked out because that's the first that she's never been able to see through it. Not to be mean or anything, but like, you know, that would kind of unnerve her because she'd be used to having done so.
Yeah.
It's like, that's. Oh wait, and she's still fucking invisible. I think that would have worn off. It wears off in a minute. I think the enhanced version.
I think you've still
There's,
got like
seconds left.
yeah.
I'll duck into the hallway where Nithla is because I just in case I turn visible in front of it. That would be bad. And cast restoration on myself because I am badly fucked up. At 4th level. And I think I removed 1. Didn't I? Train doomed. Oh, reduce the value of the target's condition by 2. Okay, that's not bad. How do I remove 2 of them?
So I think you have to choose which condition. Oh, wait.
No, I can choose to reduce
2 of
I can
them
either
by
reduce
1.
all-
Okay,
one
yeah.
or
Yeah, you can either do it from the character sheet, or you can just go to your conditions and right-click on them. So you have a total of what? You can remove doomed, and you can reduce a condition by 2. So you could basically get them to...
I'll reduce drain to 1, and then that'd be it
and just
until I cast it again.
Okay, leaving doomed.
Yeah, because I can only reduce 2 status effects per cast. Well, 2 levels, I should say.
Yeah, it's either 2 by 1 or 1 by 2. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Okay.
Sorry, you guys. You guys are doing stuff. I'm just triaging myself, I guess. Look at my fucking health just drop because 36 is not not half of my health. Wait, Maricana, did you get trained as well? Oh no, you resisted all of it. Jesus.
Yep.
Fucking. Well, I'm gonna do it again.
Monster fortitude.
Yeah, you do. And this time I will remove Drained and Doomed, I guess. At the cost of my last 4th level spell. That's kind of cool. You can right click and left click to adjust how much of like a
Yep.
value you've got.
It's really
that.
handy. Okay.
And I would dare say my invisibility definitely wore off then. So
Yeah, you're visible.
damn it, we're effect. I'm having an Alzheimer's attack. Yeah, conditions. Delete. Cool.
So here you all are. Jesus.
Had to patch myself up. Does anything happen by standing in front of that skull thing?
The faint whispering gets louder.
I am taking pains to not look at it, but I'm just getting closer. Sorry, but
Yep,
like
as
happen
you
to move
get
in front of it.
closer to that skull, you hear, or as you get closer to the stone demon head, the whispering
so
gets faintly louder.
How about when I look at it? Anything? Does it get louder again, or?
Nope.
Call out to Orvex. How's that door going, buddy?
You may want to examine it yourself. I don't think I'm personally equipped to open it.
Fair enough. Gail, do you know if anything's odd about this room?
Here's a better question. What isn't odd about this room?
Well, yeah, but, like... You're smart. You know these things. Kind of. I didn't do so good in school.
I think you guys
You
know...
went to school?
Me school good? I think you guys have triggered the thing that can be triggered in here, so I don't think there's anything left for me to say that's odd. Like mechanically speaking.
Yeah.
I mean, the oddity would have been the staging of the crown is so obviously focused that's bizarre.
Yeah, definitely
but
the trap.
You guys already picked it up and, did stuff. But outside of that, the stonework in here is creepy as hell, with bones embedded in the walls, and you found this whispering blackness in the mouth of the statue.
You could set fire to the set fire to it. Maybe that'll do something. Maybe. I feel like fire's a pretty good problem solver. Any suggestions?
Where are you, Gale? You're on top of someone else.
I'm on top of the dead thing.
You're on top of Evlona.
I was also on top of the dead thing.
You can totally
I
be
didn't
on
see
top of the
Evlona
dead
there.
thing. Oh.
Yeah,
I did not see it
Evlona
while I
might
was
protest, though.
Me, not that kind of red wizard.
Dodgy feels left out and tries to seduce Nithla instead. No, I don't know shit.
You can't
guess,
seduce those with no libido.
Watch me.
He's gonna try.
You have resurrected my libido from undeath. What?
I know, right?
And then you can
Sounds
go
like a
look-
really bad anime.
Yeah. Or a bad fan fiction. Don't make me start reading off of fanfiction.com again.
Oh no. Does the skull thing react to like fire at all?
Oh, what do you do?
Like I'm holding it close towards the skull, I guess, where the darkness is.
There's
I'm not putting my hand in it or anything, but like close to it.
There doesn't seem to be any effect.
Somehow I think throwing a fire in there is going to make it do something stupid, but other than that, she just tosses the fire over her shoulder and keeps walking off. I don't know what to make of that. But I don't like it. Can't see in there.
Gale or Americana, anything you want to do?
Yeah.
I mean, if we've triggered the trap for this room, we might as well just try to take everything that isn't physically bolted down and then remove the bolts on what is.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, by all means, please do not leave the puzzle solving up to me. I'm horrible at puzzles.
So, if we thrown anything into the darkness in the mouth?
I couldn't even look in there. That's what had Doji freaked out.
Well, you can look in it, you just can't see anything.
Can I use my spare axe and like reach in there and root around?
So shove your axe
This
in
is
it.
an
Yeah.
interesting approach to dentistry.
So you push the axe in into the darkness, and kind of clunk it around.
Boy.
And
It burns.
I am the darkness. You put the axe in and move it around, and as you start kind of trying to find the edge of the interior of the mouth with your axe, you feel shockingly little resistance, and as you pull your axe back out, up to the edge of where the axe had gone into the darkness, you just see a neatly severed end to the shaft of the axe.
Here goes my spare axe. Good thing I didn't use my glow-in-the-dark one.
Yeah, so go ahead and delete your spare axe, because now you just have a wooden stick.
Jesus.
Damn it.
You did axe it a question, and it did not answer.
It did not like my question.
No, did not. I propose we rest, because I'm just about out of spells.
I'm having a thought here.
Yep.
Can I grab one of the corpses and just like fling it through the open darkness?
Wait, see if there's any.
I guess?
Do you grab a dead Bodak and throw it into the
I grab a
darkness?
dead Bodak and toss it in there and then just kind of pull it back out by the feet. We're calling this an experiment.
So you kind of, I'll say you kind of like shove the head and torso. Yeah, you shove it in a bit, and then after it gets to about mid-waist, you pull it out, and as you pull it back, a pile of entrails spills onto the floor from the neatly severed mid-abdomen of the Bodak. The entire top half of it that you shoved in is gone.
Ah!
Okay, well, there goes my theory that it only affects...
living things? Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
well, no.
Gale had a
Hey,
thought.
Doesn't affect undead.
Yeah. So this is just a pure hypothetical, but Americana, I'm gonna suggest you don't stick your dick in that.
Wow.
If there's any hole in this room, I'm sticking
Amazing.
my dick into it. That's not it.
That's where we go.
Love it.
Don't worry, I don't want to break the statue.
Uh-huh. So you know, regeneration doesn't work on your cock.
Oh! Now you tell me, damn it!
Well, that and I can't cast that. My magics are not holy.
The correct answer is
Oh.
Murakana says, I have paid for that service too many times already. That is bullshit that you're telling me right now.
I know, right?
So you're telling me I just get a demon dick since it's unholy now?
Well, I'd like to consider my path to magic alternative, I guess.
Oh, so you have a certificate in Reiki? Is that what this is?
Oh, Lord.
I'm a, quote, doctor because the internet
Yeah.
says so.
I got an internet certificate, which is totally the same as the real thing.
So did we take this thing off of here?
I took it off, put it back after the things started pouring out.
Well, we're going to take it off again.
Okay.
You have an extremely gold crown that also has an extremely large black opal on top of it.
All right, I'm going to grab the Bodak and I'm going to hold the crown to it. I'm going to stuff the Bodak back in, but not the crown.
Wait, you're going to put the crown in there?
No. I put the crown on the Bodak's butt and then shove him back in to see if it still eats him. But I don't shove it up to the crown. Thank you.
Oh, okay, good. I
I'm
was like,
so tempted
wait.
to make you roll an acrobatics check, but whatever. So you shove part of the Bodak in with the crown, I guess, on its butt. As you pull
I
it
get
back,
ready to snatch the crown.
as you pull back the remains of the Bodak, there are now even less of the remains of the Bodak.
Well, there goes my theory.
And you just made a mess on the floor. You know, Withers is going to have to clean that up.
So did we get the bow half or the Dak half?
At this point, I think
you.
At this point, I think it's the Oda, is what's left.
Well, I let Daji have the crown and I throw the rest of the Bodak in there to clean up.
I put
Ugh.
the crown in a pack, I guess.
Phew, that Bodak corpse is gone.
Oh wait,
I
I
look
take
at
it
Nicola.
Lizzlevik's run off too.
I look at Nitla and I say, if more people cleaned up after themselves, maybe this place wouldn't be such a shithole.
I mean, wait, Vex, I'll call that for him.
I'm
there he is.
by the western door. I just went half Russian, half German. I don't know what the fuck I just did there.
That was awesome.
That was all over the
Something.
place. I am over by doorings.
Outstanding. I think you've been spending too much time around guests, but
I have
What do you make of this crown?
problem where my accent changes to that of the people I am with most. It is frustrating. So he's standing in front of where the block on the west side had lowered. It is raised. It has on this side a mural or a painting of a hooded figure with their right arm raised, missing from the elbow up.
huh. So I'm guessing it wants us to put something in that mouth, i.e., one of our fucking arms, or something stupid.
Hey, do we still have an arm left on that Bodak?
I thought you just put the whole front half of it,
Like
the top half of it.
on the other one.
Oh, the other one's fine. I just cut him in half.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. We can
okay.
use
If
that
we
body,
still have his arm, we can just stuff that in there.
or maybe
like-
get it to touch the door or something, and maybe when it does something horrible to the fucking arm, it won't be one of ours. Yeah, that's using your brain meats.
So what are you doing?
I-
Shoving the thing's arm in the mouth, right?
Yeah, and I grab. The other corpse is completely fucked, isn't it?
Oh, 1 second. Hey Tor, if you watch this video, we should probably get a token that has the crown missing from the pedestal. Thanks again. Playtesting is fun. So the guy who makes these maps watches most of my videos now, so
Oh, nice.
he's kind of watching us playtest. So there you go.
I want to state openly that your walls are good. Foundry allowing you to go around 90-degree corners. I blame Foundry.
Good. Also, there's always dealer's choice of DM made shit walls, but I think these walls are okay. They mostly match the map. Anyway, so you shove the Bodak's arm into the sphere.
Sure.
Okay, as you pull its arm out, it is... whatever you shoved in is gone.
Cool. I cut... because my character is cursed at the moment and almost certainly not strong enough to carry the whole boat out. She will cut the other arm off at the shoulder and then bring it over to one of the things, the doors, I guess, and press it against the door.
So as you shove the Bodak corpse up against the door...
Well, the door. Sorry, the arm. She can take the whole corpse.
Oh, you're just taking its whole arm and pushing it into the door?
Yeah, because it was like holding a forearm and
so it's
missing.
Okay, let me picture time. Sorry. I drew this for the other group, but robed figure down by the crown. I'm drawing a picture right now. Give me a second.
Alright.
Awesome Foundry tools. There.
Ah. Yeah, basically I just chopped it off at the shoulder and I'm pressing it against where the arm is on the mural.
Nothing happens.
Dang it. What does the arm smell like?
Bad.
This guy's a bad case of BO. I'll have to stop by the servo, grab some deodorant. So, Orvek's got any plans on getting out of here? And I hold up the arm and wave at him with it.
Oh, you have an arm.
Already had 2 of them.
3, I guess. That's an unusual number for most humanoid body types. Well, the door on the outside, I raised my arm to mirror the figure and it opened, so I'm assuming we need a body with a severed arm to open this side.
Well, that's convenient.
I drew the...
How about it?
I drew the other... So the right amazing art is the outside of the door. The left amazing art is the inside of the door.
I guess I get the body that's now missing an arm and press it against the door.
Sure.
I'll pick it up. Whee!
Yeah, I might need your help with it.
I'll go ahead and say the severing of the left arm part was not really necessary, but nor is the pushing into the door. But sorry, I just love the problem solving attacks that people take. Yeah, as you hold
How do we solve this in the most gruesome way possible?
So Teresa just took one of her zombies, had it rip its forearm off, and go stand in front of the door.
Oh, Jesus.
It was fantastic. So the blocks on both the west and north side as you hold this Bodak corpse up with its right arm severed from the mouth of that skull, the stone grinds down into the floor.
Sure. Oh, and I guess I poke around at the bones and shit. There wasn't any loot around, was there?
I mean, you got a golden crown with a giant black opal set into it. What more do you want?
Oh, no. I was just... Oh, shit. Well, with the 2, I'm not. Never mind, then.
Yeah, you don't see anything else lootable in this area besides bones.
Fair enough.
Bodak parts.
Rip. Oh, hey, skeleton keys there. Oh, dead skeleton key.
Yeah. That thing is dead. Yep.
Call out to the others. Sorry, what?
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to call out to the others. I think we should set up what passes for a camp these days in the atrium, I suppose, of this place. Rest up, and then we can continue going down. Unless there are any objections. I shall join Biff Longsteel.
And as you're walking out, the drow kind of comes down the corridor and says, "Well, I'm pleased to see that you found a way out of that room."
Yeah, it was certainly something, but unfortunately not our way out.
A dead end?
More or less. Well, it had some undead in there, but...
I think most of this tomb is a dead end.
Yep. I suspect we're only going to get out by killing the one who's runs it. But, such as it is, I think this is a good enough place to rest for now. If Sib and Murakana are good with that.
Yeah, I only have one regent, so you know.
Yeah, probably want to. Would anything happen to us if we're... Well, I guess that happens when we actually do it, I suppose.
Will anything happen when you long rest? I don't know. Try long resting.
Yeah. We'll find out.
As I said, you can always ask me if you can do something. I'll usually reply with, try it.
You can certainly try.
You can certainly try. God damn it, Mercer. Just ruining phrases.
I know, right?
Oh, that was Matt Mercer?
Well, I don't. I think
he does say it a lot, and I think he got attributed it to him, but I don't think he was the first.
Well, it's a pretty
Yeah, no,
stock
I
phrase.
just always heard that. Well, yeah.
But he has a way of saying it. He always goes, "You can certainly try," in a very specific way. That's kind of a critical.
Usually, when he's talking to his better half, after gods, she managed to mangle spells sometimes.
Yeah. Well, it's like what the other thing is. If he ever says, "How do you want to do this?" that means you killed something.
Yeah.
Usually it's the last
That's a good
one.
meme, though.
No, I mean, they're both good memes. It's just... It's mildly frustrating as a DM because you can certainly try is a great phrase. It's just, you know...
Yeah. Murakana, you coming, bud?
Yep.
I think I'm not going to stop you has a more ominous intonation.
Well, I struggle with... Because I don't want to, like, try to... Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. You don't want to give information away by the way you respond to questions in most cases. Only because it... Oh, I don't know. Anyway, so you guys are going to long rest.
Yeah. I'm saving my last 5th level spell if and or when something bad pops out.
Yeah. You take your long rest. Also, y'all get to level up.
Ooh.
You get to go to level 11.
Heyo.
So, I'm gonna... I don't know. Does anybody even still have the links to their character sheets in
Yep.
Hero Lab?
I think I've got it buried somewhere.
I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the bathroom and then come
How
back.
dare you?
So I'm gonna do that while you guys start long
Holy
resting
shit.
and be back.
Why did my AC jump up that much? What the fuck? My AC just went up to 31. Holy shit. Why? Oh, right, because I'm finally expert in medium armor. Huh. That makes more sense. Oh, hell yeah, I get 6 level spells now. I get 6 level spells now.
Oh boy, I probably need to pull up Muricana, don't I?
Possibly. Oh, right, I forgot that 6 level spells for clerics are fucking, well, oracles are fucking ridiculous.
Well, let's see here. I'm going to add a level.
Oh, cool, I get the AoE version of that heal that did 55 health. Should be useful. Field of Life.
Add 1,000. Earn journal resources. Cool. Okay, are you there, Muricana?
He had to go pee.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's nice. Muricana's is... Oh.
Still get feats and stuff, I think. I think his AC would go up too, like mine did, because of expertise.
I'm just looking at stuff on Muricana.
Ah.
Because he gets combat flexibility and improved combat flexibility. We must not have used these before. Oh well. No, just combat flexibility. And then he gets skills and he gets a feat. Let's see. Sib, are you good, or should I pull your character sheet up too?
Do you raise people's levels in this?
You go to my classes, under classes, and just either add a level or add experience. It's 1,000 XP.
Sorry,
per level.
I meant in Foundry.
It's
Probably be just easier to import, I think. Oh no, you can. I think you just type.
I think you just add 11 where it says 10. Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry, couldn't hit my push to talk. Yeah, I'm not good with Hero Lab.
Okay, so I'm just going to pull your character up and go through what changes for now, if that works. Because I think that'll be faster. So let's go to add experience.
I get to go up to an entire 116 hit points.
There we go. Okay.
Not...
So, Sib, starting from the top, you get 2 new alchemist formulas. And I guess it depends. Do you want bombs, drugs, elixirs, poisons, or tools?
I almost feel like elixirs might be more useful at this point.
Ooh, there are so many of these. Let's see, because you've got Juggernaut Greater. So what do you already have? You have Juggernaut Moderate. You can get Juggernaut Mutagen Greater if you want to upgrade that. There's Mistform Elixir Greater. So there's 51 options, so I guess depending on what you think you want might be a more useful.
Alchemists can do a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Oh, we get a general feat too. Hello.
There's antidotes, anti-plague, bestial mutagen, Bomber's Eye Elixir, whatever that does.
Bomber's Eye.
That.
What's the bestial meat?
Bestial Mutagen, the greater one is... The benefit is item bonus to athletics and unarmed attack rolls. You gain a claw unarmed attack with agile trait and a jaws unarmed attack. The drawback is you take -1 AC and -2 reflex saves. You also get, on the attacks, you get a +3 item bonus, and your claws deal 1d8 damage, and your jaws deal 1d10 damage. The duration is an hour.
Interesting.
There's, Bomber's Eye Elixir, which gives you, it reduces cover bonus for the enemy by 1. The Bravo's Brew gives a bonus to will saves. Cat's Eye Elixir makes it easier to see things, but it doesn't give you dark vision. Cheetah's Elixir gives you a movement speed bonus. Cognitive Mutagen gives you a bunch of skill checks bonuses on Arcana, Crafting, Lore, Occultism, Society, and all checks related to Recall Knowledge. You take a -2 penalty to weapons and unarmed attack rolls and physical checks. Then you can't carry as much. Comprehension Elixir. You can understand anything you read. Dark Vision Elixir does what it says on the tin.
The dark vision and comprehensive might be useful. Or comprehend. That one.
Comprehension, so understand anything and get dark vision. Okay.
Yeah. Unless there's anything that might be more useful, but...
I mean, okay, so there's like focus, infiltration, a better version of Juggernaut, leaping, mist form, Quicksilver, which is a bonus to acrobatics, stealth, thievery, reflex saves, and ranged attacks. You take damage equal to twice your level. You can't recover hit points lost this way by any means while the mutagen lasts, and you get... So
I don't think I want to take that one while we're in this tomb.
Salamander, you are protected from severe heat.
That actually could be useful.
Severe heat, not fire.
Not like
Severe heat is actually a thing in Pathfinder 2e.
Yeah. That...
Sea Touch is better swimming. Serene Mutagen is bonus to will, perception, medicine, nature, religion, and survival. The drawback is a -1 to attacks, save DCs for offensive spells, and damage. So basically, Serene makes it harder for you to get... harder to fail saves, and better on medicine, but you're worse at combat. Silver Tongue is a bonus to charisma stuff. Sinew Shock Serum. It tries to counteract clumsy or enfeebled. Stone Fist. Your fists are made of stone, and Winter Wolf Elixir. You are protected from severe cold.
Stone Fist would have been great if I was still strong.
Then there's like a whole pile of poisons and drugs and bombs. You can up your Alchemist's Fire to greater.
Could be useful, yeah.
That's 3d8 fire damage and a +2 bonus to attack rolls. 3 persistent fire and 3 fire splash damage. So what you want?
I'll upgrade it to the greater, and then. Ooh, that's greater.
Okay.
I don't know if I want to get the comprehension or the dark vision. That was the thing. Like, they're useful, but I don't know if they're that useful.
So dark vision elixir is dark vision for an hour.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go with the dark vision elixir. Screw it. Dark vision elixir and greater alchemist's fire.
Got it. Then let's see here. I'm gonna go to your character. I'm gonna add stuff to your character sheet directly, I think. Just so in case. That made sense. Whatever. Inventory. Where's your inventory? Items. Equipment. Dark vision. I'm just adding some placeholders in your inventory, I think. Wait, that's dodgy. I don't want dodgy.
Wow, fine, be the way.
Yeah, go away, dodgy.
Guess I'll just pout then.
Okay, I'm gonna hit you up to level 11. Oh my god, you have 192 hit
Just a
points.
tiefling thing, very much.
Where's your inventory? There it is. So dark vision elixir and alchemist's fire.
Jeez, just when I got 2 healing spells for you guys. It's leveling up to level 6.
Do you remember where the spell book was for him? Is it under crafting? Oh.
They didn't have a spell book, I don't think.
Yeah, crafting now has known formulas, but I'm going to ignore that because we don't have anything else there. Okay, cool. So then outside of that, skills. You can increase 1 skill to master. Which would be...
I already have medicine at master, right?
Yeah, I think the only... Well... Yeah, you can increase a skill to master, so something that's not already at master.
Yeah, on account of you being a fucking... having 20
Skill
intelligence. So, yeah.
Right. So you got medicine. Master. Athletics, I guess? Yeah, I'll go with athletics to master.
Actually, I think
Or can I not do that?
you can get it up to expert. You can
Expert? Okay.
Yeah.
Right, because those are all trained. I either have trained or I have master.
So you can basically you're in a weird position where like you'd have to spend the master increase just to go up to expert.
What about for save? No, I can't do that for save. Perception? I have perception at expert. Could I do that?
Perception is derived. It's not actually a skill that you...
Right.
Yeah. Perception is its own super special thing.
Yeah, I guess I'll just go expert in athletics then.
Okay. Cool. Let's go to... Actually, let me go back to your classes. Alchemist, Investigator. So we did the formula book. Where is Investigator? You get... okay, so things that you get. Deductive improvisation. You can attempt trained checks while untrained, expert checks while trained, and master checks while expert. I haven't been doing much with that, but that's fine. You also get resolve, which means successes on will saves are critical successes instead.
Nice.
That thing that let me resist like every mental effect in the game. Yeah, now you have that.
Do enjoy.
And then
It is
you
very nice.
get 2 feats. You get 1 general feat. I'm going to look at the highest level feat you can get, which is 11th level feats. 1 second. And there's only one, which is Incredible Scout. When you scout, you are particularly alert for danger. When using scout exploration activity, your allies gain a +2 circumstance bonus to initiative rolls. That's the only 11th level feat. 7th level feat, Advanced First Aid.
Do I not already have that in something?
I don't.
I
So
thought
this lets you use medicine to administer first aid. Instead of stabilizing a character or stopping bleeding, you can reduce an ally's frightened or sickened by 2 or remove either of those on a critical. You can remove only 1 at a time. Let's see. Expeditious Search. When searching, it takes half as long as normal. I don't know if we ever use that much. Rapid a fixture, you take only 1 minute to affix a talisman. We haven't really used that. Super Taster. When eating food or drinking a beverage, you automatically attempt to identify the ingredients, which might alert you to the presence of alterations or additives. I roll a secret perception check. If you lick or taste something while investigating or attempting to recall knowledge, if the taste will provide relevant information, you gain a +2 bonus.
I feel like this is...
I feel that's unwise.
Between Gale being an alchemist and just where we are, I think going around licking random things is just not a good idea.
Just go for it. Just lick everything.
It'll be
Start
fine.
off by licking Evlona.
Look, either I'm going to invent artificial sweetener, or I'm going to die a horrible death. There's
you're gonna
no
do
in
both.
between.
Hey, there are a lot of poisons are very tasty.
There's
for
also
you, because you've got a million fucking constitution.
There's also Swift Sneak, which lets you move your full speed while sneaking. That's the end of 7th levels. 3rd level, Improvised Repair. Prescient Planner, which lets you it basically lets you pull any mundane item from your inventory as if you already had it.
I had a fucking health potion.
I like that.
Thorough Search. That's more that doesn't really. Sorry, Thorough Search sounds good, but it's not going to be relevant to what we're doing right now. Skitter. You can scoot swiftly across the ground. You crawl up to half your speed. Did you like Prescient Planner?
Yeah, that sounds fair.
I'll give you that one then.
Just for reagents and stuff, that sounds fucking incredible. Like,
Can't use it for reagents.
Oh, you can't? Oh, really?
It's only mundane
that
items.
sounds fucking overpowered.
It's only for mundane items.
Still, that could be pretty good, depending on like ropes or ladders or whatever.
Oh, it can certainly be good, and it's just it. Yeah, it specifically does not allow magic, alchemical, yada yada yada.
That's fine. We have an alchemist.
Yes. Skillful lessons. You get 1.
Skillful what?
Skillful lessons, you basically get another skill feat off of a particular list. So 7th level, it's Advanced First Aid and Rapid a Fixture. 4th level is Named Artillery.
What artillery?
Excuse you?
What? Oh, this is from Guns and Gears. So you don't have it. Or it doesn't matter. Connections. No, you can't do that. Automatic knowledge. You know basic facts off the top of your head. Choose a skill that you're expert in that has recall knowledge. You can use recall action as a free action once per round. Magical shorthand is learning spells. It's probably not great right now. Robust recovery. Folk medicine. When you treat a disease or poison, or someone else uses one of these actions on you, increase the bonus to a +4. And if the result of a patient's saving throw is a success, they get a critical success. And then there's like 37 first level feats.
Yeah. I actually went with a first level feat because I wanted extra speed, so I went ancestral.
Well, this isn't ancestral stuff.
Oh yeah. No, but you can turn a general feat into an ancestral feat. I think it's like the third level one.
I don't think Skillful Lessons gives that, looking at what's here.
Oh, skill ones, no. It's general. General ones do. So I don't think Raised Dead will be very useful here, but should Daiji survive, then it will probably be very useful.
First level feats are like Arcane Sense, which gives you a first level Detect Magic as an innate spell. Multilingual if you want to learn another language. Oddity Identification, a +2 circumstance bonus to occultism checks to identify magic with mental possession, prediction, or scrying. Risky Surgery. When you treat wounds, you can deal 1d8 slashing damage to your patient just before applying the effects. If you do, gain a +2 circumstance bonus to your check to treat wounds. And if you roll a success, you get a critical success.
Oh yeah, I saw
instead.
that one.
That's pretty good. That's actually not bad.
That actually,
because
that actually
select
sounds
it.
pretty good.
Trust me, I'm a doctor. Are you sure? No.
Yeah.
I feel like
Let's
that,
find out together.
I don't know. I feel like that one
Are
fits
you
for you.
sure this will work? I have no idea.
Oh god.
Do you want that one?
Risky surgery?
Yeah.
It sounds very gay.
Let's go!
Yeah, we're gonna give you that because that sounds perfectly Gale. Risky Surgery. I'm gonna add it to you. Cool. Okay, so you should see Prescient Planner and Risky Surgery in your feats list now. I've added items for the new things to your inventory for your formulas. I upped your level to 11, so you now have 192 goddamn hit points. And I updated your skills. Oh wait, Ancestry. Oh no, never mind. You don't get an Ancestry feat right now. Cool, okay, Murakami.
Oh, holy shit, he has a lot of hit points.
Yeah, he does.
What the fuck?
Okay, Murakami.
Wait, who has 192 hit points?
Gale, because he's got the endurance thing.
What the fuck?
He's got that god.
The spirit that gives 23 endurance, so that was a fucking monster.
Okay, Arm, we're gonna do you now.
Yeah!
Lewd.
Fighter,
Bow, bow.
you get combat
Goddamn
flexibility.
Tucker.
Combat flexibility basically gives you another feat for combat. So what do you think you want? Because there's a ton of these. Is there anything you want to be able to do in combat?
Preferably hit harder, but I'm trying to think if there's anything that'll be just absolutely useful.
You want me to start listing some names going from the highest level down? We got
Yes, please.
blind fighting, disorienting opening, felling strike. You can attack. Your attack can ground an airborne foe. Incredible aim. That's ranged. Mobile shot, positioning assault. You force your opponent into position. Make a strike with the required weapon. If you hit, move the target 5 feet into a space in your reach. Resounding bravery. Even your fears serve as fuel. When you critically succeed at a will save against foe's ability, you gain a +1 stat bonus to saves and a number of temporary hit points equal to half your level for 1 minute. These benefits are doubled if you critically succeed. That's the highest level. 6th level advanced weapon training. It doesn't matter. Advantageous assault. If an enemy's movement is compromised, you deliver a deadly blow. Make a strike against a creature that is grabbed, prone, or restrained. You get a circumstance bonus to damage equal to the number of weapon damage dice, or that number plus 2 if you're wielding the weapon in 2 hands. Shit, that would be plus 4 damage when you hit if they're grabbed, prone, or restrained. Dazing blow. You pummel a held foe, hoping to stagger them. Make a melee strike against a creature you have grabbed. The weapon damage is bludgeoning. You can stun. Disarming stance. Guardian's deflection. An ally within melee is hit by an attack. You can see the attacker. Jesus
I'm
Christ.
trying to find the list for this. Yeah, there's a lot.
Well, so I'm looking in Hero Lab. It's kind of.
Oh, okay. That's why I can't find the list.
So it's just showing me powerful shove, barreling charge.
What does barreling charge do?
Rush forward, moving enemies aside to reach your foe. Use stride, moving through enemies, and make a melee strike. So you can move through enemies.
I'll take that one. That'll be
okay.
very useful.
There we go. Barreling charge. I'm just adding these directly to your character sheet right now to save myself hassle. There's barreling.
Oh, thank God, my AC went up.
Yep, everyone's did, because I think we all hit expert proficiency, which would be very, very useful.
Okay, skills. You get to increase 1 skill, well, basically to expert.
Ooh.
Because we're not Gale in that.
Well,
There's
no,
like a million skills.
he would get mastery, but he doesn't have any skills that can go up to mastery right now. Yeah.
Rip.
So your options are acrobatics, medicine, nature, performance, stealth, survival, and warfare lore.
What does warfare lore do?
Recall knowledge
just
on
know
things
shit
about
out.
warfare.
The art of war.
Basically,
I'm gonna
like
go
you
with
can quote Sun Tzu at us.
acrobatics. Because that is the one I will definitely use the most.
Okay.
I would have thought athletics, but I suppose you'd already be a master at that.
There's already a master.
I'm a master
in
at
that.
athletics.
Yeah.
Mm.
Meanwhile, Daji's untrained at it because she doesn't do her push-ups.
She can't do push-ups.
Well, yeah, there's also that, but she literally just floats off the ground if she tries.
Never mind. I was gonna say something, but I'm trying to be appropriate.
But why?
Yeah, fuck it.
I
See,
was
I
gonna
just
make
gave
a-
you an opening, Americano. What
I
are you
was,
doing?
I was gonna say I was gonna make a cock push-ups joke, but the moment's passed. We're moving on.
Oh, yeah, that's
why
right.
is
My
fighter
ring of
being a
cold is
bitch? Oh, that's why. Feats. And you get a general feat. Oh, there's so many of these.
My wife appeared behind me. Holy crap. That was awesome.
Level 11 feats. You can invest in more magic items. That's a reputation. I mean, it ups it from 10 to 12. I don't think you have that
Yeah,
many.
like Pathfinder has many, many more magic items than
You also can be a super taster. You could have quick swim.
The fucking base is fucking raw.
Oh. I guess with Ancestral Paragon, you could get another first level ancestry feat. That might be good.
That's what I went with, just for extra speed.
Terrifying Resistance. The spells of those you have demoralized are less effective on you. If you succeed in demoralizing a creature for the next 24 hours, you get a +1 circumstance bonus to saving throws against it. I don't know. What do you want? I don't know. Toughness? Increase your maximum hit points by your level. steady balance. You can keep your balance more easily. Quick jump, you can use high jump and long jump as a single action instead of 2, and you don't need to move 10 feet to do any jumping. Die hard. You die from the dying condition at dying 5 rather than 4. Any of this sounding good?
To die hard.
Yeah, not dying sounds really nice.
Oh, he said his wife walked up behind him. I wonder if that meant he had to go talk to his wife.
No, I'm back.
Oh.
I've been reading crap. Has any of it sounded good?
Oh crap! I'm sorry. No, I just got back. What was?
So like you could get another ancestral feat. You could get Die Hard. You could get more hit points.
What does Die Hard do?
Die Hard adds 1 level of dying before you die. So instead of dying at dying 4, you would die at dying 5.
And what was the other? How many hit points could I get with the added hit points?
Like to level plus 9, isn't it?
Your level equal to maximum. You increase your maximum hit points by your level. The DC of recovery checks is equal to 9 plus your dying condition value. So toughness makes your death save easier and gives you a few more hit points.
I'm trying to crunch the numbers. What would be better?
I think
Toughness would probably. They're about even, I think.
Yeah, they're both situational, right?
Like, honestly, things are pretty bad if you're at dying 4 anyway, so...
Yeah. So I'm going to go with toughness because the extra hit points will probably go longer.
Okay. Let me add that.
Then you too can be nearly at 200 hit points, while I'm still at like 100.
Well, now Murakana has 195 hit points.
Jesus.
Okay, that
Fucking
does
madness.
feats. I think that's it. Cool.
Imagine if
And
Murakana had Gal Spirit too.
I just want to point out I'm actually going to be 204 hit points when I rage.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Okay. Well, I think that's everything for leveling up.
Yep.
Let's go.
Do we get points for resting, or is that we have to heal ourselves?
I'm looking that up right now because I know it's slightly different.
Yeah, I know we don't get all of them. Like, it's not a full reset.
A character who rests for 8 hours gets hit points equal to their Constitution modifier multiplied by their level.
Huh. I think that's safe to say that's... Oh, Constitution modifier times level, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so 1 times 1 rep.
So 11 for you.
Oh well, better than nothing.
Murakana's full. Gale is freaking full.
Almost certainly would be that.
So I'm going to up Gale. Evlona, what would she get? 12. No.
Oh, you killed her. How could you? She had so much to live for.
Well, we'll just say that.
Thought she sings a song for Evlona.
What has she got? I think I tried to plus in the wrong place. No, damn it.
It wasn't a very good song.
None of you are bards. Go away.
She's pretty good at performance. She just rolled a 6.
Why is this happening? Oh, I'm hitting minus. I'm so used to hitting minus for reasons. Okay, cool. Then you lose the fatigued condition if you have it.
I use restoration, so... Oh.
Doomed and dying go... Wait. Doomed and drained go down by 1. I think dying gets affected.
Then you lose 1 step.
I think you lose dying, Murakana. Oh, wounded. Let me look up wounded. Never mind. Let me look up wounded. Because you're double wounded. Or if you... the wounded condition ends if you get hit points, or if you are... you lose wounded if you are... get hit points back from treat wounds, or if you are restored to full hit points and rest for 10 minutes. So you lose wounded.
Oh, that's
nice.
Oh, so when Gale just does first aid on Murakana, that's also...
Yeah, that should do it.
Shit. That's pretty cool.
Okay. I think we're all updated then. Are we all good?
Yep. Think so.
Think so? Probably.
Yeah, I set up mine. I didn't have that much besides 6 level spells.
Oh, I should look at your spells, shouldn't I? Spellcasting. All the way down.
I got Field of Life, Raised Dead, and my Conflux... Oh, not Conflux spell. Fucking, what are they called? Studious spells got upgraded from 2nd level to 3rd level, which is now they're finally useful.
So you can sustain Field of Life for up to a minute. Living creatures gain 1d8 hit points in range. Undead take 1d8 negative, and you can't heighten that.
No, but I mean, it's still, it's basically a party-wide, here's like 60-odd hit points or something.
Okay, cool.
As long as we stay in the same spot.
5, 4, 4, 4, 4, 3. Sorry, I'm updating. Oh, no.
Nithla died too.
I'm updating how many spells they've cast.
They're playing around with invisibility.
5, 4, 4, 4, 4, 3. Weird.
Daji gives Murakana a wet willy while they're sleeping.
How do I... Well, whatever. I know how it works, so that's fine. Cool. Okay, I think we're good. So, as you are all sleeping...
Ah, shit.
Does anybody here not have to sleep?
Well, I mean, she's kind of an elf/tiefling, but I think they still sleep in Pathfinder. They just don't sleep for as long. Question mark?
So you all have... I mean, even if you have 1 hour of trance or sleep, this will still happen.
Should sneak up. Okay.
You all have pretty horrible dreams. You see images of 3 creatures basically like fading in and out of your dreams. One of them is a woman who seems to have a bag over her head. Another is a woman in a hood with a peg leg. And the final one is a woman covered in covered with little bags that jingle and rattle. And they keep showing up in your dreams.
Bag on her head. The second one was a what, sorry?
Bag on head, peg leg, and one with pouches that are full of things that rattle and jingle. And they keep kind of fading in at the edges of your dreams.
Actually, would she? Because I think Mind of Menace protects Daji from, the spell wards. It lasts for 24 hours, so...
No, is the answer.
Oh, so that does nothing. Okay, fair enough.
But basically you see all 3 of these figures kind of flitting in and around the edges of your dream. They don't directly interact with you or do anything to you, but you see them. And also there are random...
Making us uncomfortable.
Yeah, making you uncomfortable, and there's random kind of cackling sounds here and there in your dreams. You wake up and you are relatively rested, but you definitely had very disquieting edges to all of your dreams.
I take it we all dreamed of that. Like she says in character, saying to the others.
I feel like I needed a cuddle buddy.
Oh, you have one right next to you.
No.
Nithla runs away.
I said cuddle buddy, not stab me buddy.
Don't look at me.
Knowing you, what's the difference?
No offense, Nithla.
Hey, Orvix is right there. And there's Biff Longsteel over here. How about it, Biff?
While we're here, so the things I made yesterday and this, I would no longer have those, what you call them, formulas, or not formulas, whatever the fuck I make with them.
Yeah, so I'm going into your character sheet real quick, and just, I'm zeroing out your alchemy items.
Yeah, I was working.
Okay, yeah, so basically you would need to, I think if you make anything as part of your preparations, you can make 3 of them, and it comes off of your total of reagents.
Which now should be 16?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's 16, yeah. It's
11 plus my, yeah, so 16.
So if you want to make stuff off the top, for each reagent, you can make a batch of 3 of something.
Which is technically the most efficient you can get. So if you want to make a whole bunch of something, this would be the time to do it.
Can you upgrade my strike to have the greater fire?
It should. It's at the bottom of the list.
Is it at the bottom of the list? I don't.
It's under weapons.
Oh no. Under actions for my strikes there, where it's got the holes and everything.
Yep.
In the meantime, I'll get those built.
It should now be Alchemist's Fire Greater.
Alchemist's Fire Greater.
3d8 plus 5 plus 3.
Let me just add a bunch of things to your actions. Yeah, if you want it to show up in your actions, just hit the little t-shirt icon. And that'll add it to your actions.
And I'm no longer cursed, so I have both actual strength now, and I don't float.
Well, we'll have to fix that.
I know, right? I'll just start spamming fucking mental spells at the skulls or something. Except that seems really cheesy, so I won't.
So that's 5 regions left.
Did this place get messier, or did I just not pay attention?
I will
yesterday?
hang on. I'm going to hang on to my last 5 regions. I've got 12 moderate elixirs of life, 15 greater alchemist's fires, 3 bottled lightning, 3 ghost charge.
Fair. I mean, if
also known as a lot of breaking shit.
Sounds good to me. Well, so I guess we either go down this pathway or we figure out what that very obvious looking oven thing does. Well, I reckon we could a death trap. What do you two think? Actually, can I inspect it, this pit, I suppose, and see if there's likely to be any kind of mechanism that would shut a door or anything like that?
You can certainly try.
Cool. Would perception, I guess, be acceptable? Right. We don't want initiative yet. Ugh, not the greatest.
So the pit appears to have smooth walls dropping for about 15 feet into a chamber below. The chamber below is not lit, and from what you can see from above, there appears to be either organic or plant matter on the floor.
Huh. Oh, that's
Is it ever good when we find stuff like that?
No, but still. Just once, I want to find some place that has like a meadow or... I don't know, why can't it be nice just for a change? Withers, you should probably write that one down. Have like a level that's just like a meadow or something.
Duly noted.
And I guess with that, Daiji does something stupid and jumps down.
Cool.
For a new character.
No, I'm trying to think how best to describe everything. That's all.
Fair enough.
Let's see here. Oh, of course I didn't. Damn it! I thought I did this. God damn it. Okay, 58. So you land in a room below. The problem is I have to have everybody on the same map.
Ah.
So I'm just kind of, if you're jumping down first, I'm just going to give you the description.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So you land in a room that is a pentagon about 25 or 30 feet across. There's a pungent stench filling this room, the walls of which are covered with riveted sheets of iron. There's a wild garden of sickly plants and rotting compost taking up most of the interior, and a narrow path hugs the walls between two exits. Jutting from the middle of the garden is a 6-foot-tall rusty sprinkler. Above the sprinkler is the 10-foot-wide shaft that you jump down into. Two of the vertices of the pentagon are doorways into other chambers. In one of them you can see another dark, almost featureless chamber beyond. The other one appears to open into a hallway that quickly turns into another direction away from you.
I call up and say, hey, I'm not dead. I want to climb down. Damn it, I don't have any of my floaty elf powers, so I can't just jump back up. Where are we?
Gonna look down on the ledge and wave.
I'll flip Gal off, then throw a rope.
Yeah, we'll throw a rope down for.
Okay.
Alright, because I'm not that strong, so the rope I threw doesn't make 60 feet, it just falls back down.
I mean, I find it hard to believe it would.
I don't think she could manage it. Only Americana, or maybe Gale, former strength bestowed and such, could probably do it.
So what are you doing?
Yes, everyone. I kind of motioned. I tried to throw a rope to Gale, and I think Gale kind of got what I was trying to do, and is probably tying a rope off and then climb down. Well, I have Catfall, I don't think the others do, and would probably take full damage.
So Gale Maracana, what do you do?
Screw it, I'm going.
Oh, okay.
Climb down the rope.
Tie this off to something sturdy.
Oh, there's pillars.
Okay. You do so, the rope is tied. So Maracana's going down. Are you going down, Gale?
Yeah, we'll go down.
Oh, that's a lovely name. The Gears of Hate.
So you all make your way down into this wonderful pentagonal chamber.
You said it stinks here, right?
Yes, it does stink. Oops, sorry, I'm trying to copy tokens real quick. Ah. There we go.
Would that count?
And I'll just say everybody kind of piles in, and you are all in this pentagonal chamber down here.
Sweet.
Hopefully the scene
everyone jumped on
is...
top.
Well, you know, copy pasting is fun.
Weird.
So here you all are.
So which one of you took super test? You should probably look at the pesticide looking thing. She says totally in character.
Sorry, what was that?
Fantastic.
Okay, cool.
I said lick the pesticide looking spray can thing.
Yeah, don't. That sounds like a very, very bad idea.
I'm full of great ideas, so thank you very much.
Wait a minute, there we go. That's the sound I wanted.
Oh, all clanky. That's a gap, right? In between this.
Yeah, so over here, there's an opening to a. So from an art perspective, these are slightly misaligned, but whatever. You can see into a chamber beyond, and you can easily. There's kind of a 3 or 4 foot gap between the doorway and the little hallway into the chamber beyond. Down this way, there is a hallway that goes off to the southwest.
I guess we go down that way first then. I shall have a look if there's anything nasty on the. I see anything that looked like a trap wall.
So as you get to the edge here, you can see there's about a 2 foot space between the doorway and the hallway beyond that you can see out through, and all you can see outside this. So between that gap, you can see dark water below and a cave beyond. And then the hallway extends in front of you. You don't sense that there are any traps or other items here.
Sorry, you said the cave thing was like just down there, yeah?
So you get the impression that there's a very large cave that all of the structures you are currently within, you're inside that, like...
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're inside the cave and these things are just, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, where is the
Little
damn...
spider webs.
Sorry, I'm trying to find something real quick.
Unacceptable.
There it is. Sorry, 1 second. I'm just checking one other thing. And, Murakana, can you roll any die for me?
Oh no.
I killed us.
You
Actually, these rooms turn.
hear a voice come into your head. And it says to you, "You're a new visitor. You're not welcome here. Turn back or I will destroy you." And I think that is as good a place as any to end for the night.
Oh shit! It's past midnight.
Yeah. We've been just rolling for like 3 hours. Almost.
How is it past midnight? It's only 11 where I'm at.
It's because we're on the East Coast, you silly head.
Yeah, it's 4:10 here. So I think it's about that time over there.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So yeah. You guys have reached the 5th level of the Tomb of the Nine Gods. Lots of fun stuff here. And
Yep.
Murakana, you have that ominous voice speaking to you directly in your head. And that is where we'll end it.
Fantastic.
Cool. Thank you all.
Yeah, that's good.
Next week, no game.
Fair enough.
Because family
Yeah, I'm
and
gonna be out
Thanksgiving.
of town anyway.
So,
That weird American holiday.
where we are giving our thanks. Yes. So,
And
cool.
we get turkey sandwiches
Mm.
sometimes. Like,